to the Lakers. A lot of smoke has been surrounding Kawhi to the Lakers as these rumors continue to heat up. Also, the Raptors and the Clippers are in the mix as well, Jimmy.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of smoke kind of billowing up and growing throughout, Kawhi to the Lakers, but nothing's become official yet, obviously. There's not going to be any word. Now, I predicted July 2nd, 3:04 p.m. Central Time. I'll give you my time zone there as well, as that's when he's going to commit to. I'm saying the Lakers right now, it's just they're looking like the favorites. The Clippers are definitely falling behind here. I still think the Raptors will have a good chance to bring him back, though.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Lakers are holding out all hope on Kawhi. A bunch of role players that they could have brought in are off the market, Danny Green being the best one available. We'll get to him in just a few moments. Look, we all know what type of player Kawhi is. He's an MVP candidate year in and year out. Just had an incredible run with the Raptors in the playoffs and, of course, was Finals MVP. And it's, Lakers, Clippers, Raptors. I mean, that's the story. We're kind of in wait-and-see mode right now, despite, it seems like the Lakers are getting momentum, but Kawhi is one of those guys. Until we see Woj tweet it out, I'm not going to believe it.
I mean, Woj doesn't know what he's thinking. Magic Johnson doesn't know what he's thinking. Masai Ujiri doesn't know what he's thinking. Steve Ballmer, Jerry West don't know what he's thinking. I don't even think Uncle Dennis knows what Kawhi is thinking right now, but I think the Lakers, I'm starting to give them the edge and call them the favorites here, but a return to Toronto is not impossible. The Lakers would be fun.
Yeah, and, personally, I would rather him go back to Toronto, but this would be an exciting lineup if he went to the Lakers, regardless of who would play the two guard. You got LeBron, Kawhi, AD is your big three. Kyle Kuzma is your fourth scorer. If Kyle Kuzma is your fourth guy, I mean, a guy who averaged, 18, 19 points per game last year, you're doing pretty good. Now, you got to fill out that bench, obviously, but that's a pretty good core four right there.
I mean, I think you could potentially just bring Kuzma off the bench and figure out what you're going to do at the point shooting guard position. And, heck, at this point, does Kyle Kuzma or does LeBron James just run the point guard? I mean, you'd have to think, you have three forwards and potentially you just get a center, and that's it. I mean, that's what the Lakers run with.
Well, Woj, Shams, all the, Stein, they have no clue, but RDAmbition _ on Twitter does. Explain this situation for us, Jimmy.
So RDAmbition is a Reddit user, and he has broken news before. Nobody knows who he is. Nobody knows where his sources come from. He doesn't have any pictures up on his social media, and this news is out. It blew up on Twitter. He went from a few thousand followers to 30K overnight after breaking this. I mean, the guy's blown up, and apparently he's broken stuff before on Reddit, so maybe this is real, but we're not reporting it. Now, when we get our call, when we get our sources telling us where Kawhi goes, we'll let you know, but RDAmbition thinks he has it.
Yeah, as much as I like this from RDAmbition, I trust Jimmy over here at all _things _ Mavs. He's going to be breaking this Kawhi news for us at some point. So we will see when Kawhi to the Lakers or anywhere else comes down. When will Kawhi Leonard decide? Do you think it's today?
I think it's today. I think there was so much talk last night that at this point it's all right, let's get it done. Let's just wrap up free agency and everybody can just go home and enjoy the 4th of July and get some sleep some point, because I haven't slept in 82 hours.
Comment below, getting lots of today's Kawhi to the Mavs. I'd love to see it.
They've got the third most money left in free agency.
If they stretch Courtney Lee, they could still make it happen. Iggy to the Lakers, that might be a little teaser there coming in from that comment. So keep those comments rolling in. Again, prediction alert. If you email Kawhi at chatsports.com with the exact time, date, to the exact minute, you will win a prize from us here at Chat Sports.
What's your prediction? I gave you mine. I said July 2nd at 3:04 p.m. Central Time. That's my exact prediction. Harrison hasn't given his yet, though.
I still think it would be peak Kawhi to do it July 4th at 9 o'clock at night while everybody
round numbers, that's soft.
Well, okay, 9:17 at night
there you go.
While everybody's watching fireworks and drinking whatever their beers, eating their barbecue, all that good stuff. That would be peak Kawhi while everybody is out having fun, and we would have to cut our celebration short and come in and
we sure would.
do some videos.
So Kawhi, decide today, why don't you?
That'll be my prediction, July 4th at night, and I hope I am wrong. Again, email Kawhi at chatsports.com that exact day and minute to when you think Kawhi will sign, and you will win a prize. Speaking of Danny Green, mentioned him just a minute ago, he is still an option for the Lakers, although the Mavericks appear to maybe be the front runner now. He's still waiting to see what Kawhi does.
Yeah, I do think he's going to wait. What we do know is that his co-hosts on his podcast and him have a Instagram Live meeting set up tonight where everybody's kind of speculating that's when Danny Green will announce his decision. So does that mean Kawhi's decision comes before? I guess we'll have to wait and see, but it's, speculation. Even though the Mavs are, quote, in a strong position to sign Danny Green, that might be even better news for the Lakers, because anytime the Mavs are in a strong position to do anything, someone always comes out from underneath them and sweeps them up, and the Lakers could be that team. I think he does make a lot of sense as a shooter and defender in the Lakers starting lineup next season.
I think their chances of getting him fall significantly because of if Kawhi goes there, because for financial reasons. They don't have enough money to bring him unless he wants to either take the minimum or the mid-level, which I think his market is stronger. Obviously he's looking to cash in maybe for the last time in his career at a high number.
Right.
Mavericks would have the advantage in that sense. So would the Clippers, but we will see. The Lakers certainly are holding out hope that Danny Green could be an option for them as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's not the only option. If they strike out on Danny Green, if he ends up going to the Dallas Mavericks, they do have other shooting guard options to go out and pursue. Maybe they bring back two of their own in Kentavious Caldwell-Pope or Lance Stevenson. Heck, maybe it's Justin Holiday. I actually do like Justin Holiday a lot. He's an underrated guy. And then I threw this last one in there just because Vince Carter. Let's just have some fun. Get Vince Carter on the Lakers. Make it happen. I think it would be a fun signing. I don't think it happens, but he is one of the top remaining shooting guards. Obviously a veteran, an older guy, but he's still productive. It is going to be his last season in the NBA.
When Justin Holiday is the third best remaining shooting guard on the market, it's drying up fast. And really after Danny Green there, it's really getting thin for the Lakers. So if they don't get Kawhi and Danny Green goes elsewhere, good luck filling out that roster with legitimate NBA players, because you are pretty thin at that point. If you do not get Kawhi.
Yeah, and as we look back at the potential suitors for Green, now we got the right logos up there for you guys. Don't you worry. It's the Mavs, the Raptors, the Lakers, and then the Clippers are in there. But that's like if Kawhi goes to the Clippers, then they can also bring along Danny Green. They've been mentioned, but those top three teams are easily the top three teams.
So Danny Green and Kawhi Leonard have been tied at the hip for a while. The Spurs, the Raptors. Will it happen again? Type Y for yes, type N for no. You think Danny Green goes with Kawhi?
If he goes to Toronto, yes. If he goes to LA, I'm going to say no. I think it's really just at this point between Toronto and Dallas for the Danny Green race, which is, he's one of the top 2 or 3 guys remaining on the market at this point. Of course, all the top tier guys have gone off the board.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think if it's in Toronto, yes. Anywhere else, they will separate for the first time in their careers. Again, Y for yes, N for no on if Danny Green will follow Kawhi Leonard. 2020 NBA championship odds. They think the Lakers already are really good, and if you add Kawhi, you're feeling like you are the favorite in the NBA.
Yeah, the odds dipped even lower after early this morning. A $10,000 wager bet came in on the Los Angeles Lakers to win the championship.
Was that from RD Ambition?
Who knows? Who knows who it was from? But whoever it was from feels pretty confidently that I think they would get Kawhi, because let me give you this little tidbit of information. 30 minutes before Anthony Davis decided where he was going to go, another $10,000 wager bet went in on the Los Angeles Lakers. So, obviously, this was last night. It was a few hours ago already. So, it's been a little while, but they feel pretty confident that they're getting somebody.
Raptors and Bucks at plus 700 there. Rockets at Warriors rounding out your top 5 at your championship odds. You can bet on those odds at MyBookie. Go to chatsports.com/NBA now. Use that promo code ChatNBA to get a 100% bonus. You put $50 down, you get $50 for free. 100 down, you get 100 for free. Sign up and deposit. Place that first bet, and if you do that, you will get a NBA jersey. Email promo at chatsports.com. Again, use that promo code ChatNBA to get that 100% bonus. If you sign up and place that first bet, you will win a free jersey. Pretty sweet deal.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'm trying to get a Giannis Antetokounmpo jersey. Give me a Bucks jersey with the new MVP. That's what I want, and I'm going to my bookie.
I think Jimmy just wants that name where it's like a rainbow.
That's exactly what it is.
It's like Saltalamacchia for the Rangers back in the day. That's Giannis for the Bucks there. Also, type in the comments what jersey would you want? Best jersey out there right now. So again, go to chatsports.com/NBA now. Use that promo code ChatNBA to win some money and to get a free NBA jersey. Andre Iguodala, it appears that the Grizzlies might be buying him out, which makes some sense. They're going younger for the most part. They got to figure out what they're doing with Kyle Korver as well as they build around Ja Morant. Could the Lakers be in the mix?
Apparently so. I actually think if/when he gets that buyout of the from the Memphis Grizzlies, which, Andre Iguodala now primed to be a Memphis Grizzlies legend. Once he gets bought out, he has the potential to go to the Lakers. He's a great role player. I mean, he always has been. He's been a solid defender. He's done everything the Warriors have ever needed him to do. The numbers never have popped out, at least when he's been on Golden State. But he's that glue guy. He's that guy that comes off the bench, or heck, you even throw him in a starting lineup. He can defend the best player on the other team. He's a veteran leader in the locker room. Maybe he spouted off his mouth a bit too much, and that's kind of what got him sent to Memphis. But now he's primed to go join another championship contender in the Los Angeles Lakers, potentially.
Yeah, he's certainly not a numbers guy at this point in his career. Just to recap that trade, obviously Golden State sent him to Memphis, clearing up some caps so they could bring in D'Angelo Russell to provide some scoring. Iggy doesn't give you a ton of that at this point in his career. But again, he's a glue guy. He's a veteran leader. Still has the clutch gene. Hit some big shots for the Warriors in the playoffs this year, including a couple of threes down the stretch in some ball games. So question for you guys, where will Andre Iguodala play in the upcoming season? I'm going to say the Lakers, because I definitely think Memphis buys him out. I don't think that makes sense unless they could hold him, try to ship him at the trade deadline. That is a possibility, but with that contract, that might be tough to do. I'm going to say the Lakers. I think the Lakers end up getting Iggy.
I'm going to say one of the LA teams, whichever one Kawhi Leonard goes to. If Kawhi goes to the Clippers, I think he just ends up going there, and maybe the Clippers even offer him a little bit more money. And then if he goes to the Lakers, he'll follow him there. So I'll say he'll play in Los Angeles. It's just a matter of which Los Angeles team.
Make sure you're subscribed to our new Lakers channel, youtube.com/LakersTV, putting stuff out there all the time. If Kawhi Leonard signs, I guarantee we will have the first video out there on Kawhi Leonard signing with the Lakers. youtube.com/LakersTV. Hannah's doing some good work for us. You're doing some of our Lakers stuff. Lakers content all the time. youtube.com/LakersTV. DeMarcus Cousins, another kind of aging vet, although he still is young by age, but with all the injuries, he's getting up there. Could be an option for the Lakers if they swing and miss on Kawhi. Could be an option even if they do get Kawhi, depending on his market value.
I'm going to predict that if they do not get Kawhi Leonard, they'll just go out, get Boogie, and hope that he is what he could have been. You put him again next to Anthony Davis. They already spent some time together in New Orleans. His market is dried up. He might not even be getting the mid-level at this point, which, if you're asking me, that is a complete bargain for a guy that was once a completely dominant center. I mean, he's not that anymore, but the injuries have definitely hampered him. But, this past season, obviously a down year, a small sample size, just a little bit over 30 games for the Golden State Warriors when you include the playoffs he was in. But quad injury, Achilles injury, it's not pretty for DeMarcus Cousins.
And the report is that Anthony Davis would like the opportunity to play with Boogie again. If you go back to their time in New Orleans together, they were just starting to gel, not only as a two-man, big-man unit, but as a team, that Pelicans team was. And you look at their time together, their production, I mean, over 50 points combined, the double-doubles there. Boogie was dishing out over 5 assists a game, and the three-point shooting there as well. I think it would be a fun idea to pair those two back together.
And at that point, with those numbers, like, DeMarcus Cousins would be like a potential MVP candidate. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's all about the health. It's all about the fit. It's all about the locker room presence for DeMarcus Cousins. Those would be the 3 biggest question marks if LA does sign.
And don't forget, the 2 games the Warriors won in the finals were largely due to Cousins' production. Now, the other 4 games did not play so well, but again, he was battling injury, was maybe 70% in that final series. So I think the Lakers should circle back to Cousins if they miss out on Kawhi. How much money will Boogie get? I thought he would get more than he got last year. I think he was, around $6 million with that mid-level with Golden State last year. I'm starting to think it's going to be less. I just don't. There's not a lot of teams left unless the Mavericks want to go throw like 10 mil at him, and I just don't see them going that route. I think he's going to be in that 4 to 7 range again. I don't see him getting huge money.
Yeah, I don't either. I think it'll be a mid-level at the most. We got some comments coming in here. Some say $5 million. Someone said $10 million. I can't imagine he gets $10 million per year. We're saying $2 million, $10 million, $3 million. I don't know. It's all over the board. I think his ceiling is $10 million per year, but I believe it'll be a mid-level at some point, somewhere. One of the two losers is going to go out and get him, I think, the Clippers or the Lakers, whichever one misses out on Kawhi.
Yeah, so certainly a Lakers target, especially if they miss out on Kawhi. Keep those comments flying in. Could Pau Gasol be an option for the Lakers? It sounds crazy. He's 39 years old, had an injury-riddled year last season. The Bucks picked him up in a trade. He ended up getting hurt, wasn't a factor down the stretch. Obviously, spent a lot of years in L.A. They got to fill out that roster with bodies. Maybe Pau Gasol is an option for there, if nothing else, for veteran leadership.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to come at anything besides the vet minimum at this point in his career. He, of course, spent, it wasn't even half the season with the Bucks. He was barely there, and he was injured most of the time. And he didn't put up, any kind of real numbers because this was such a small sample size. He just didn't get any real run there. I actually liked the signing when they originally got him, and I was kind of like, ooh, that's kind of a sneaky good move, adding a veteran, but then his injuries hampered him. Now, if he goes back to the Lakers, they hope he can rekindle some of that success he had in the 7 years he spent in L.A.
Yeah, and that three-point percentage, you can ignore that a little bit because as his career has aged, he has become an excellent three-point shooter as a big, kind of that stretch five, kind of as a poor man's Dirk later in his career where he really just sits on the perimeter and shoots corner threes. So, I don't know. Even if they brought him in, I'm not sure how much, if at all, he would play. But if nothing else, you at least know he knows the game. He can be a good leader among some young guys if they bring some young guys in and can knock down an occasional three-pointer. Is it time for Pau Gasol to retire? Type 0 for yes, 1 for no. Probably so. But I do think if the Lakers are interested, I would see him run it back. He does want to play at least one more season.
I hope he does play one more season. I'll say it. I want to see if he can produce anything. He is super old. If you guys have any guesses as to how old he is, throw it down in the comment section. I think he looks a lot older than he is because of the wear and tear that he's had on him. But it's time for him to retire as a playing standpoint. I just don't want him to retire.
Yeah, and you never want to see, I don't want to say he's an all-time great, but big-time players retire on a bad note. You don't want to see a guy retire because he was injured. It would be nice to see him come back and at least have one more healthy season. So some top options for the Lakers, obviously Kawhi and Danny Green and Boogie are kind of the big three sitting there. Marcus Morris is still a guy that's sitting out there. His market, he's probably going to end up taking less than he initially hoped. I think he's probably in, the 8 to 10 mil per year range.
Yeah.
And, of course, TJ McConnell in there as well. He could be a backup point guard for LA.
Yeah, I actually kind of like the Marcus Morris fit. He's one of those guys that is waiting to see what Kawhi Leonard does, along with Danny Green, probably even DeMarcus Cousins at this point. They have shown interest in TJ McConnell, but the report that said the Lakers were showing interest in TJ McConnell also said so are other teams. So that's kind of just, whatever. But they do need a point guard, and McConnell's not the worst option left on the market.
No, steady player. He's done some good work with Philadelphia. Of course, right now the Lakers got 3 players in their starting 5. Got to fill out some spots there. Who will the Lakers end up with this summer outside of their current core? Do they get Kawhi?
I think they're getting Kawhi. I really do. I think it'll be Kawhi, and then they bring back a lot of who they had last season, like Rajon Rondo, like maybe even Lance Stevenson. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope would be an option. All those guys would possibly come back on smaller